All right, top billing. This win over San Fran originally looked like it was going to be a statement. Despite the injuries, San Fran is a really talented team. And you have to factor in a ton of injuries on both sides of the ball for Seattle as well. So them originally blowing San Fran out looked spectacular. You know, I was going to come in here and like, what? But in typical Seattle fashion, it ended up a lot closer than you thought it might be. Them allowing those guys to get back in when they simply just needed to make a stop at the end. It was never close. They were never in doubt of losing the game or anything like that. But just from a cosmetic purpose, it would have been great to have seen Seattle beat these guys by 2 or 3 touchdowns, which they should have. They played well enough to do that. And I want to kind of focus a little bit on the defensive side of the ball. I know you guys want to talk about DK Metcalf. Shout out to the boy DK Metcalf. I've been hollering about being a high-volume player, a high-volume pass catcher, to be a number one receiver or to be compared to guys like Julio Jones and DeAndre Hopkins and those guys. And he did that. Got to do it a few times to really cement that. But, man, 12 catches, I love that. That means you work an entire route tree for the most part of that. So, but keeping up with this, man, this is, I think, could take Seattle to the next level. You got to talk about the defensive side of the ball, especially going against a team like San Fran that can run the ball, making sure that you have what I call gapstinence. Seattle does very good against the run, man. All gaps are usually covered. These guys do a great job of maintaining gapstinence, and everybody's playing their particular roles here. So you're going to have, what is this? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 men in the box going against what pretty much amounts to a power read. They're going to be reading your man DeMontre Moore here. And you're going to have Jerick McKinnon, so they're in a wildcat with Brandon Ayuk here. Going to be reading DeMontre Moore. He's going to be left open. You're going to have a pull from the guard, and it's a power read. So if they're pulling this way, reading this, Jerick McKinnon wants to get back vertical, but through the inside, where normally you would get a guy like this and he would go to the outside. So pretty good play there, but man, you can just see how damn good they are with their gapstinence. Check it out. Look at that. Bang. Now look at that, all the carnage and stuff there. Now, look at this. You got, of course, Reed and Ford here. You got a shade, but it's Bobby Wagner on a stand-up. You got a cat that I covered as a tight end / wide receiver his entire career in college at LSU, Stephon Sullivan, playing at a wide 9 damn near with DeMontre Moore, Bobby Wagner, Ryan Neal, and Quentin Dunbar. So it's going to be man coverage there. But if you see them on this, watch this. All the beef is to the left side of the line of scrimmage here, and they're even getting an extra gap by pulling. So if he could somehow get this back to the inside, which he was originally going to do, then they had something cooking there. But watch your man Reed here. Look at him stand up. Watch Ford get over there. So all gaps are still covered. If you want to come right here, you're going to have to deal with Poona Ford, who's standing his man up right there just waiting. 2 gap in there. But look at DeMontre Moore crashing down. He knows that all gaps will be covered. He can play as aggressive as he needs to be. Bang, he gets himself 2 for 1 there, hits Ayuk, and then gets McKinnon. Nowhere to go with this. And then Stephon Sullivan even comes in and finishes him off. It's crazy to see Stephon Sullivan on defense. All right, this was the B. Wagner game. My man Bobby Wagner had himself a day getting after the passer. They unleashed the beast in that man, and I absolutely loved it. Being able to get after the passer like this and create sacks, pressures, and even interceptions, I think that's going to be the goal right there. It's going to have to be an opportunistic defense because I don't think it's just one of those lockdown defenses, especially if you're talking about the secondary. But we shall see when a guy like Jamal Adams comes back and they get all hands on deck. This might end up being a blessing in disguise, his injury, because, man, they got to unleash a guy like Ryan Neal, who is a damn good player. And we got to see, even with a guy like Ugo Amadi in the game, DJ Reed, a lot of guys that can contribute. So if you look at this particular fabricated pressure scheme, this is going to be kind of a diversionary tactic just to get your eye discipline out of focus. They got Stephon Sullivan back in the game. He's originally going to take an outside approach and whip it back around here. Everybody else moving and bowing out this way, just so Jordan Brooks can shoot the A gap. But what really makes this is B. Wagner here attacking mono e mono, and he beats his man straight up. Shit is awesome. Look at this. Oh, these schemes right here really do remind me of the old school New York Jets with these Rex Ryan fabricated pressure schemes there. Got Jaron Reed doing this thing at a 3 technique. Bobby Wagner at the shade there. Now, look, all they want to do is get everyone matched up man-to-man. Looping Stephon Sullivan back around here. This allows the guard to keep his eyes probably where they need to be. He works off of Reed. Redirects back to Sullivan instead of perhaps probably trying to help with Brooks or even Wagner here. So you got everyone soloed off. Then them body blows started to add up on Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy G kept getting his stool softened. And you see the results later in the game. Now, I didn't come to do a little Seattle content just to see explosive plays down the field on offense all the time with Chef Russell. I admire Seattle from afar because of his defense and my love for Pete Carroll. This is that old school Pete Carroll type stuff right here with these fabricated pressure schemes. You got to give some credit to Ken Norton, even though you guys keep jumping up on here talking about firing him every 2 seconds. But check this out right here, man. Look at these pressure schemes there. Let's go back on this diagram that's out here. Just being able to trick a guy like Jimmy G, a veteran like him, well, he's a veteran in the sense that he's been in the NFL a long time there, but working these zone blitzes, like who's coming in, who's going there. You're going to have pretty much a pattern match by Jordan Brooks getting right here in your middle zone, getting whoever comes in his zone and then matching with what they're doing. I believe Demontre Moore also bagging out to kind of a hook zone curl. And the same thing with Stephon Sullivan. He's dropping back out. Then you got Ford and Reed here getting after it just so you can get a late third-level ad here by DJ Reed. It's just a lot of stuff going on right there. So who's coming and who's going, Jimmy G does not know. But, man, it is absolutely beautiful when you see it unfold. Oh, look at that. B. Wagner. Oh, my God, did you see B. Wagner? That might be the play of the game, in my opinion. Check B. Wagner out here. He's got a 2-for-1 stool softener cell. He gets both McKinnon and I believe McGlinchey. Look, boom, bang. Oh, it then gets up and gets Jimmy G. Come on, man. Bobby Wagner was out there. He's like, are y'all giving that love to KJ Wright? Like he found the fountain of youth? Look at B. Wags here. Look at that. He's crossing over there. Well, I tell you, they wanted to bow out and get the eye discipline just to wrap him around on this 3-man weave here. And then they get the third-level send with DJ Reed. And then look at that. Bang. Works McKinnon. McGlinchey tries to help. He gets knocked off his feet. Not the way he wanted to be knocked off his feet either. And then you got Bobby Wagner collapsing the pocket, getting back up, getting Jimmy G. Hell of a play. That's that old school Seattle ball that I like to see. You're technically in your traditional 30 front here. However, who's going and who's staying, right? Who are you sending on this? They're going to still send 4 people, but who's going? Actually, they're going to still send 5 people. But look, you got a zone blitz. KJ Wright drops off. You have essentially the same role as Jordan Brooks, the previous frame. Ryan Neal here, working pattern match in the mid zone. But then you'll have another third level send, however you want to characterize that, by DJ Reed, everybody else getting after it. And then all this becomes right here is a hustle sack by Alton Robinson. So you got Alton Robinson on here, LJ Collier. So you got your 2 young boys right there. You want to get after the passer in the future. Had Carlos Dunlap in with this. Jamal Adams come back. These fabricated pressure schemes start getting worked in with organic pressure. It might have something cooking there. But ain't nothing to it but to do it. I love this one right here. This was the final body blow, I believe, for Garoppolo. Bang. Stool softened. Nasty. See Bobby Wagner as well here. You can see him work hook curl out in the zone. So just a lot of zone blitzes. Collier almost had him dead to rights here. Well, she could have kind of finished that off there, but it is what it is. I want to see Collier get on the board with some sacks there. But, man, another fab pressure scheme. They were on fire with that. But, man, them damn last 2 drives of the final frame, poor. Piss poor. Look at your boy Jimmy G's face after all them stool softeners when he went out the game. He's like, I think if you can listen real close, you can tell that look. He talking to that dude. He's like, "Hey man, I think I sharded." A lot of the stuff that happened to me in the final frame, I'm not going to totally get into it. I'll just say this: it was very passive. It was super zone like stuff. But this is really the one time the zone kind of worked. You're going to have these guys working out of the stretch here, working out of the wide stretch. But you got a submarine route by Trent Taylor here. Of course, wide stretch by Jerick McKinnon. It's going to have an over route there. So pretty much a little bit of a levels concept there. But they're meeting the zone here. And you can see my man Ryan Neal right here. It was quickly becoming one of my favorite players. Pattern matching with this particular over route. And he's there in place, but not really. Like he could make the play if he turned his head around. However, it didn't matter. Nick Mullins had his mind up where he wanted to go and threw right into the zone. I forgot to check exactly what coverage cell they were in. It probably was just in the deep third coverage there. But it's a pretty nifty play. If they could have got this, that would have kind of sealed a blowout victory. You see Neal there. Boom. Messed each other up. I think the Brandon Ayuk did a good job here of going and trying to bat the ball away. But Neal's in good position right here. Neal's a very heady player. Neal's going to make himself some money because if he's not playing all the time with Seattle, he needs to be on somebody's team, right? Somebody playing this type of coverage. But see right there, Dunbar almost had it. Maybe could have attacked the ball a little bit better there. But it definitely worked at that particular point in time. But the rest of that shit was doo-doo. Trash dookie, soft coverage, and they were just kind of marching up the field right and left on a couple of drives when they scored where this should have been a blowout. If you'd have blown out San Francisco, I don't give a damn what iteration it is. That's a good football team. That would have been a statement. All right, check this out. I'm not going to do anything on your man DK Metcalf. I know everybody's wanting me to do something on that. Him with that high volume shit deserves his own content item, so I will try to get to that if I can this week for sure. I'll do a little bit of offense because I know you guys are hung up on offense. Y'all completely changed from what I knew of you guys as a fan base a decade ago or whatever like that. So got to do a little offense or people will be disappointed. But I want to talk about my man DJ Dallas because everybody wanted to talk trash about him when he missed a couple of assignments. The dude was a damn rookie with no training camp or anything like that, or no preseason games and stuff like that, and you guys are already trying to throw him away. Don't mess with my boy DJ Dallas. I'm here to tell you, he's one of the most talented cats to ever come out of this state, and he will be a very good professional football running back, no doubt about that. But check this out. You're going to have orbit motion here by Lockett, I believe, here. Then you're going to have a power tag read. So they're going to be reading the end man on the line of scrimmage right here, but you're going to have Lewis and Shell both on a lead through or both on a pull, but then you're going to have a kick out block and then a lead through, and the shit is violent as hell. But DJ Dallas, it leaves him one-on-one with the great Fred Warner here, and he's able to break that tackle and just show his physicality at 220 pounds or whatever he is, right? Where's Rashad Penny? That's the dude I want to know about. Somebody let me know whatever happened to that dude. When does he come back? But check this out. Bang! Boom! That's hard. That's that gangster Seattle Seahawks beast mode back in the day. Check this out. See him reading the end man on the line of scrimmage. Obviously, if he crashed there, they widened him out with the orbit motion from Tyler Lockett. So he goes ahead and gives that. Look at Lewis here on the safety. Boom! Lit him up, right? He's walking on sunshine. He's out. Definitely has a little bit of a mini concussion. Then you got Shell coming through on Dre Greenlaw. Gets in his way. Then the rest, DJ Dallas just has to make one person miss, which is kind of hard to do in traffic. Breaks a tackle, slings off Warner. Keeps going, driving his legs. No, it doesn't look like much or whatever like that, but, man, that was some physicality in the game, no doubt about that. He was bringing that, but his hands is money for sure. And he could definitely add value in the passing game. But I think he'll end up being a complete back once he really gets his feet set. All right, last one right here. Really wasn't anything popping on offense besides the throw game to DK Metcalf. So I want to give that his just due in his own content item, like I said before. Might come back later on the week with that. One more on DJ Dallas here in the run game. Going to have a weak side run. Pretty much a crack seal here by DK Metcalf, with Dwayne Brown leading out. Also Simmons. A little bit of a breach here from DK Metcalf on his block, so it disallows Simmons to really get out in space and help out here. Got the condensed formation with Freddie Swain, more Swain, please, and Greg Olsen closing off the formation. See that? He almost gets to the ply line. Almost a couple of breaches there, but he shows off some pretty good foot speed there. Now, he doesn't have great long speed, but he has really good quickness and power. So if you see on the seal-off here, and you see it kind of make Simmons have to chop his feet a little bit, turn parallel to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he could have got out and got in Greenlaw's way, weak side linebacker there, but it just became a foot race there. Dwayne Brown is just a damn animal out in space. He's mauling people over there, mauling Jason Verrett, it looks like, almost for DJ Dallas, but not quite there. So great win by San Fran. I wanted it to be a little bit more definitive with them blowing out San Fran, but San Fran is a really good team. I'm going to keep harping on that. I still love the roster despite all the injuries. I think that it will make a showing of itself here later on in the year. Got to figure out that what's going on with Jimmy Garoppolo, but Seattle made him look bad. So that's a good feather in their cap. Some tough games coming up here. I'm on the schedule too, though, so got to make sure you're hitting on all cylinders. Getting Jamal Adams back will be huge, and then seeing Carlos Dunlap infused into that front seven. That's going to be hard. But check back with me for more. It's your boy Murph, the Underground King, top Billin Sports, and I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.